Libra. This is a general reading for the sign of Libra. If you have Libra anywhere in your birth chart, this is your reading. It is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. You know what is for you and what is not for you. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Libra. Libra, February 10th brings in the Chinese New Year. This year is the year of the wood dragon. The energy that is going to surround or encompass this year will be energy that guides us towards growth, progress, and abundance. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the sign of Libra. Libra, the New Year celebration, the Chinese New Year celebration lasts on average about 8 days. During the New Year's celebration, there are several taboos that are recommended to be avoided. Avoiding these activities really helps set the pace for the rest of the year. One of these taboos includes not saying negative words. All words with negative meanings or negative energies are forbidden. Words like kill, break, poor, pain, empty, any words that have a negative meaning or a negative energy attached to them are forbidden. And why that is the Chinese really believe that by using these words you jinx yourself. You attached that negative energy to the remaining of the year, and that energy can attach to you or it can attach to your loved ones. And at the foundation, the basis of this reading is the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is probably the one of the rush to action. Many times I will call this only fools rush in, but you just see that there's a lot of action. And it almost speaks to reckless action. But in this reading, I do not believe it's about reckless action. It's about calculated action, calculated risk. I see this year including many calculated risk for the sign of Libra. Let's see how that plays into the rest of your reading. And we start off with this beautiful ace of our Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles really speaks to a deeper appreciation. A deeper appreciation for life and what we have to offer. And here we have the Hangman. And in last week's reading, I believe we had the Hangman too. The Hangman has been coming out in quite a few of the readings both this week and last week. And I really do believe that this Hangman is speaking to the energy of the planet as a whole. And the energy is shifting towards one that causes each of us to take a deeper look within ourselves in order to adjust to the outside world. And so as our governments change, as our banking our financial institutions change, and how we handle and use currency, as that changes, and as the way that we all do business on this planet as a whole changes, it's causing us to rethink how we'll approach the outside world and how we can adjust to make the world a better place, to make the world a place that we would like it to be. I think that we are in a wonderful time here where each of us are discovering that we have the ability to change not only our lives, but to change the life of the planet as a whole. And here I see something hidden being revealed, and the Magician card. And the Magician card. And rushed thinking or jumping to conclusions are leading to bitter or abusive words. This is the time to listen carefully and to think before speaking. There's a need for taking time to put aside anger and frustration. Something hidden will be revealed. When this is revealed, it's going to cause rushed thinking and jumping to conclusions. Spirit is asking that you take time or you take measures to let go of or release pent up anger and frustration. Libra, physical activity can really help release built up frustration, built up energy. If you're feeling like you're not quite sure what to do, quite sure what action to take. And if we look closer at this Hangman card, this Hangman card is in a yoga pose. And there are some very simple and basic yoga poses that each of us can do that helps move around that energy within us, that helps us work through that pent up anger and frustration. Maybe try to incorporate a yoga pose or two in your daily practice. And then we have, many times when I see this card, I do think of the Libra because it's about fairness, it's about balance, it's about equal give and take. And then the Death card, which is the ending card. The Queen of Swords. using our words to break free of what is holding us back and stepping into our power and using our inner wisdom, our inner knowing. Libra, this year, the year of the dragon for the Libra, will challenge you and will be, you will find yourself in many situations that seem like predestined, that seem like they were bound to happen. And these situations, they are going to ask you to go against your loyal and conventional nature. And by going against or challenging your beliefs, challenging your loyalty, and challenging the conventional, the logical. And so many times with the Libra, it needs to be logical. It needs to make sense. But this year, you're going to be presented with many challenges that go against your nature. And when you are presented with these situations, the biggest challenge for you, Libra, and I do believe that you have the capability to overcome these challenges, but these challenges are going to require you to take a physical action. They're going to require that you take action and not get caught up in your thoughts. If you step back and get caught up in your thoughts, or you begin to overthink, it will start a vicious cycle. And so I do believe in the past you have always been able to use that logical and really be able to think your way out, to think your way to logic. But this year is going to be a little bit different for you, where it's going to require action. If you try to take on the logical, you will get stuck in overthinking, and that pattern, that cycle will continually repeat until you're able to move on, until you're able to move forward. And I love that we have the Lover's card here. And knowledge, wisdom, information, staying focused, working on what it is that you would like to manifest, staying in your own lane. And the King of Swords, contracts, agreements. And these can be verbal agreements, they can be written agreements, but they can also be nonverbal agreements. They can really, and I believe that maybe in this reading, this is speaking to soul contracts. Contracts that we have agreed to before arriving in this life. There's an inner tension that is causing friction in your personal relationships. And you are being asked to put forth effort in finding inner peace and inner harmony. And I believe that would even speak back to what we were talking about just a little bit ago, Libra, where you're going to be asked to go outside of your comfort zone, to go against your nature. And even in last year's reading, do review some of last year's reading if this is your first time tuning in. But during last year's reading, we really did talk quite frequently about how, in an attempt to find fairness, many times you put your needs second, your needs behind the needs of others. And again, I think that you have a contract, you have a soul contract with yourself. And really being able to find and step into a place, an area where you can really care for yourself first. And I do believe that that is what this King of Swords is speaking to. And that is the reading that I have for the sign of Libra. Thank you, Libra. You have a blessed week.